Hey, what's up, YouTubers? It's me again, Tom Hancock, or Hancock Tom 41, or whatever. I'm here today to say one thing to you. Actually, a lot of things, but first off, a big, small, simple speech. Modern technology is boring, as you know. In my eyes, actually. It should be boring in your eyes, too, and this is why. You see, the thing is that, well, when I came to it, it's like, you know, you got an iPhone, and it's like, oh, I can tap button after button after button on all these older devices, but when you get to an iPhone, it's just so simple. Yeah, it's so simple, but then, like, you have nothing to click on. You know, it's not fun. It's just not as fun. And it's like, where's the experience there? It's just you open up a bunch of virtual apps. It's not even any fun in my eyes, so... I'm sure he came here, and it doesn't really have a lot of views right now, because probably, I'm guessing, you know, it's a YouTube video, and I'm guessing the people who have found this are really bored on the internet right now. And I'm guessing the reason why you're bored is because you can't find anything interesting about it. Let me tell you something. The internet's not that interesting, and this video basically is going to explain what I do instead of have a big, huge iPhone. And the reason why that goes with that is because, you know, I use a bunch of different devices rather than an iPhone. Because it's just a lot more interesting, and there's a lot more things to do with the things in general. So it's like all based around one thing. And no, I'm not talking about, hang on, one of these things. I'm not talking about a little Zune. I'm talking about, I use 3 different types of players when it comes to music. I use, here, I'm gonna zoom down like that. I use mini disc, cassette, and CD. Then for photos, I use a camera. And not any type of camera that I'm using right now, like a digital. I'm talking about like one of these little, I don't know if you can look through it or not, analog cameras, you know, the ones with the lenses. And the reason why I do that is, this is kind of hard, you know, I can't really figure out any other way to say it, so I'm going to explain every device, you know, individually. So, let me first start off with mini disc, since that was the first thing I showed you. See, my mini disc is broken right now, so I'm kind of like hectic about it. But mini disc is basically the coolest because you can basically just have these little discs like right here. You know, you just pop them in, and then record or play like this. But I have to hold down on here because I'm trying to fix it still, and it's really not working that well. So, yeah, mini disc is first in line. Mine is a Sony Walkman MZR500, which is a pretty decent one, but you see, the problem is, you gotta remember this, if you buy one of these, the labels kind of get stuck. It's not the most fun when it comes to that. Anyway, that's first in line. Second in line is the Walkman. Me, in general, Walkman, the cassette player, okay, I usually call the Walkman because that's the original type of, you know, Sony product that was, you know, developed for portableness or whatever. That was a Walkman too before that. For me, I use 2 different types of players. I'm gonna have to hold the camera while I'm doing this. This is my favorite of all time. This is my favorite player. I use this more than any other thing. I use it more than my turntable. I use it more than my thing over there. My deck and CD player. I use it more than that even. This thing I use the most out of all music things. And the reason why is because it's really simple. This device, in general, I might do a bigger tutorial on it, but this one's called the Walkman Wma112. For short, I call it Mr. WMA. No, I call it for short like Mr. 812. I don't know why. I guess it's because I use it the most out of everything. Literally, I bring this everywhere I go, every day. So it's really simple. It doesn't have any FM or AM radio. It doesn't record. But it does a couple simple things. It plays, pauses, rewinds, fast forwards. You know, has the headphone port like all the other players in the world. Volume. And then, you know, different types of tapes. So not like metal, but there's 3 different types of tapes. CRO2, I explained this in an early video, but CRO2, which is Chrome, not like the browser. and there's normal. I have no idea what that is, and then there's metal, which I think is metal. I have no idea really. And the reason why I use this most is, you're probably thinking, I probably am wasting a lot of like batteries, like, and all that. But the reason why I use it the most is because I have rechargeables in here. See, like the Duracell rechargeables. So that actually is a really fantastic thing, because my player like lasts for like a whole 2 weeks, and I don't even have to charge it. Seriously, if you're gonna get any Walkman, don't get the really high and fancy ones. Don't get the like really low ones. Get one of these. Like, it's the most simple type of player. Plays only tapes. It's like the most isolated and best way to listen to music, in my opinion, also too. And it's also customizable. These things are pretty big, so you can, for me, I put an old Blockbuster sticker right there, a piece of tape, an old indie sticker. I think it's called Last Chance Records. Actually, it's a record store sticker. This came from one of my records I bought online. I kind of just taped it down, and it kind of faded away, so I wrote over it. And then I got a laser sticker that I found from a cheap old CD player. And then back here, I got another one. I forgot what that was, but I put that on there. That was also from another record store. But it's also cool when you go to record stores. They have cassettes. You can literally test them out with one of these. They're the best. Like, I'm just gonna shut up now, because like literally I could just go on forever about how good that is. Then actually right now I actually have a tape. So with my other player, which actually has a visual sort of appeal to it, I can show you how it works. What's playing in the background, that's actually a tape itself, so I can just pop that in and show you. But I can't like plug it into the music. Actually, maybe I could. Do you mind if I plug in my Beats pill? Yeah, you don't mind. You don't even care. I'll just do it anyway, because this is YouTube. So tapes are really simple. You can throw them on anything. You can hit them on anything. See? Won't break. Unless you fall off a building, it will probably break. But in general, they normally don't break. So this is a Beats Pill XL. I'm not going to get into big details because I don't use this a lot. Usually, when it comes down to it, I just use this to charge my phone. But so what you do, you basically plug it in via aux, just like anything else. My second player, by the way, is a mono, and it used to have a speaker, but then I kind of broke it myself when I was trying to, super glue things rather than solder. I know, I'm a bad person. But, so now it just works on mono, and I'm getting a mono to stereo so I can use all my headphones with it. But for right now, it's just sitting here, so but it's really cool sometimes when you just put tapes in. And also, the thing about this Beats Pill, I know it's a Beats Pill XL, but for some reason, when I felt both sides of it, it's like it actually just plays in mono on one of these, which is kind of like a really cheap scheme that they did, I guess. Anyway, so what you do, it all depends on the player. Like this one right here, it can also record at the same time. And it can you can plug in like your computer and then move music like through it onto the tape itself. But it's not really good recording quality. But I did remember one time I did it for the album, one of MGMT's older albums, Congratulations. Because my girlfriend wanted me to listen to it, so I thought I might as well move it to one of those. And it actually turned out not bad, because it's also lo-fi, so it didn't really matter. Anyways, so, it's really simple. The controls are really simple with these. You just do play, pause, rewind. Sorry, I kind of have an accent, so not like a foreign accent, but more of like a Jersey accent. So it kind of goes around like that. Anyway, some players have stop. Sometimes stop isn't that good. Like the one on here, it literally made my player mess up and stop working for a whole day. Because this one was a thrifted one, so it wasn't the best. Anyway, so also there's some that you can see through, like this one, so you can see the whole tape playing and all that. So you can plug it in. Sorry, you couldn't hear me for a second. Anyway, yeah, you can see it rewind. I mean, the rewind is really cool. Sometimes, I mean, this player is not the best rewinder, and I kind of get embarrassed when I do it because, you know, the rewind sounds like chunk, 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 like really loud. Here, I can actually show that. I know I'm getting off topic, but this is just why I use the mouse, so I'm just going to explain this mouse, I guess. So, you know, if you really want one of these. I mean, I don't know if you can hear or not, but it's pretty chunky. Anyway, so for this one, it's actually pretty silent, so I actually do feel like once I get a mono stereo, I will use this one more. I'm sorry, little Mr. A12, but anyway. I did sell a couple other ones, but this one didn't really sell that well when I tried to sell it on the internet, so I just kept it. Besides, I kind of liked it when I had the speaker and all. I mean, I still also like it because it has built-in recording and all that. I mean, if I ever have a band, which I probably won't because I really suck at singing, I might use this. And, yeah. That's all about this. You know, maybe I could sample that later. Then we move on to, you know, the most popular. I guess you can see from all my CDs over here, I have a lot. My CD Walkman. Now, the thing is, you don't get off-branded CD ones, like Walkmans, because when you use an off-brand, like off-brand CD player, you know, it just doesn't play some CDs. Like some CDs are like rewritable CDs. They only work on Walkmans like this. And this one in general, this one's called the let me read this out. The Walkman D-NF400. It's basically like the mini disc, like kind of in like when you look at the graphical thing right here, if you can see that. I usually you have to turn off the radio if you have a CD in though, which is kind of annoying. And simple enough, like, I mean, but it's not really good. Like, I can use this one for boarding, I can use that, and I can use that for boarding once I fix that. But when I use this, I mean, I can't even hold this. This is like humongous. So, I mean, sometimes I use it like for recording CDs to cassettes. I mean, if my volume gets too low, which isn't a good thing when I have this thing over here, because that one really doesn't record well when it comes to that. So I use this most of the time, and it also works well when you record to mini disc from here. But I mean, it's not the best really when you like. It's not. This one's really not the best for like riding around with, and it would be like. All right, here. Let me give you a visual representation. It'll just be like this, and it'll just be like, and it'll just be huge. And I guess like it would hurt you after a while. Maybe you might get like a scar over there from like how much it hurt you. So basically it clicks in, you know, CD goes through. I'm not going to show that one. But that's basically how that works. And then I turn it on. And go on here. And switch this around. And do that. Yeah, that one. There you go. Actually, you know, I also want to go back to mini disc. In general, mini disc is pretty also good because on the side, it's